So come and stand on your mat. And let's take the palms to face the sky. Let the elbows tuck in towards the ribs. And just find your feet. So you can have a rock forwards and backwards, side to side on your feet. Just feel into them. You can spread your toes. And just start to come into your body. So start to feel into all the different sensations in your body. You might decide you want to stand a bit taller, lengthen through the spine, maybe relax the shoulders down. So it might help just to roll them up and back. And then closing your eyes or taking your gaze to the floor. Just come to stillness. So as much as possible, come to stillness. And just notice any areas that you might be holding. I find that I tend to lock out my knees. So see if you can just release any parts that you can feel tension in. Parts that you feel like you're holding. So it might be the shoulders release down a bit more. So coming to stillness as much as you can and just noticing. So just notice how your body feels. Maybe you notice a particular emotion that's present in your body. And it might be really loud thoughts coming up. That internal dialogue. So just notice, we're just getting to know what our thoughts are, how our body's actually feeling. You might come to the breath, you might really notice your breath. And if you want to start making it deeper, you can. It might just be that you notice it, you're becoming aware of where it is in the body. Which parts are moving in your body as you breathe. So just allow your body to be heavy, allow your feet to press down. And then let's really focus in on the soles of the feet. And take that focus up through the legs. So bringing that focus up through the legs, past the knees, coming into the pelvis. Up through the torso, shoulders, and then down through the arms. Bring that focus into your palms. See if you can keep that focus on the sensations in your palms. So it might be the slight breeze passing over the palms. It might be a tingling sensation. Anything that's present in the palms, and just notice anything that draws your attention away. So it might be another sensation in the body. It might be thoughts. You're drifting off into a particular thought, or maybe what you're having for dinner. So just keep coming back to the sensation in your palms. So just practicing that, bringing the focus to where you decide you want it to be. Let's take a breath here, staying with that focus on the palms. And then let's gently open the eyes. We'll release the hands down. And let's come to the breath. So taking an inhale, we're going to slow the breath down, really fill up the lungs as you lift the arms up. So take it really slowly, slower than you want to. So lifting the arms up. Big deep breath in, and then exhale to take them down. And again, really slowly. Slowly as you can, match the breath to the speed of the arms. Let's do that again. So inhale to lift. See if you can make that breath last, and it might not, but make that breath last as long as you can as the arms lift up. And then exhale to take them down. Let's do it one more time. So really allowing the lungs to feel the belly rise as you lift the arms. And then exhale, slowly coming down. And as the arms come down, let's bring chin to chest. And we'll take some semicircles with the head. So bringing the ear to the shoulder, coming over to the other side. So you can stay with semicircles or make it a bit bigger if you want to, coming into your full circles. So just feeling into your neck, letting your head be heavy as it comes forward. If you're going in one direction with the full circles, change direction. Just noticing all the different sensations that come up. It might be all the way down through the upper back. You might want to bend your knees just to take the pressure off. And then let's take it into the upper back. So we're going to let the arms be heavy and just start to take circles so that you're moving in the upper back. So again, you might want to bend the knees. And it's not a back bend as you come back. You want it to be in the shoulders, in the upper back. So let the arms be heavy as much as you can. Slightly easier said than done. You might want to move them just to let them relax. And if you've gone in one direction, let's go in the other direction. Just noticing any clicking or anything that comes up here. Just feeling into it. And then let's come back to center. Let's take the feet slightly wider and we'll take it into the hips. So you can take the hands to the hips or you can keep them loose to the sides and just make those circles so they can be as big or as small as you want them to be. Again, you can keep the knees bent if that feels better for the lower back. And keep breathing as you move. See if you can stay with those slow, deep breaths. So feeling into your feet. You might want to roll around the feet as well. Changing direction if you haven't already. And then let's come back to center. Let's bring the feet slightly closer. We'll reach up to the sky. And let's take a swan dive down. So take the arms wide and we're going to fold forward. So you can bend the knees, hinge from the hips as you come forward. Let's take the hands to the floor. Let the head be heavy. And we'll come into some twists. So taking the right hand down, let's lift the left hand up to the sky. And that right knee might bend as well. So if it really feels like a strong stretch in the backs of the legs, you can bend into that right knee, maybe the left knee as well. Take a couple of big deep breaths here, either looking up to the hand or you can look down to the floor. And then let's change sides. So left hand comes down, right hand lifts. Maybe bending into that left knee. So just feeling into that. We're just warming up. So Any strong stretches in the back of the legs. Take a little bend in the knee. Stay with the breath. Let's release down. And let's step it back and we'll come to tabletop. So taking the knees to the floor. And we'll take some cat-cows. So let's inhale to lift the head, lift the sit bones. Belly comes down towards the floor. So you're pressing into the hands to lift you up, opening through the chest. And then exhale, take the head down, rounding through the spine, lifting upper back. Let's inhale to lift. So you're pressing into your hands. Exhale, take it round. Let the head be heavy. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to curl round. And then let's come back to center. Let's take the sit bones towards the heels. And we'll make that slightly bigger, so an extended cat-cow. So we're going to round through the upper back. So back of the neck comes towards the front as you lift up. So you're exhaling as you come forward. Just as shoulders come over wrists, let's lift the head, lift the sit bones, and take it back down. Let's do two more of those. So exhale to come forward, let the head be heavy, or rolling forward, pressing into the hands, lifting head, lifting sit bones as you inhale, take it back. One more time, exhale, come forward. Doming through the upper back, lifting with the inhale, lift sit bones, take it back. And let's take a child's pose here. So finding your version of child's pose. It might be that knees come together. You might keep knees apart. Just gently bring the forehead to the floor, or maybe make a little pillow for the forehead. So just finding your child's pose. Take a couple of deep breaths. So sending that breath into the back of the body, into the back ribs. And you can come to this pose at any time during the class when you need to have a rest. Or if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can always come to lay on your back. So let's tuck the toes. We're going to press into the hands, so take the hands forward again, spread the fingers, and we're going to gently lift the knees. So lifting the knees up as slowly as you can, really feel into the thighs. We're going to slowly lift up to our down dog. So really press down into the toes, press into the hands, lifting up to your downward facing dog. So you can start to walk out your legs. Just rolling through the feet. Let your head be heavy. You might turn it from side to side, give it a nod. See if you can allow it to relax as much as possible. Big deep breaths. And then let's bend the knees, and we're going to turn the heels towards the right side. So pressing down into the feet. The heels, that left heel comes down. You can keep a bend in the right knee. See if you can straighten up through the left. So you're coming into a side stretch. So take a big deep breath here. Let's come back to center. So pivot on the balls of the feet. Take the heels over to the left side. This time keeping the left knee bent. Lengthen that right leg. So pressing into the hands, lifting the hips up, find that side stretch. Let the head be heavy still here. Let's come back to center. Let's bend the knees and we'll tiptoe towards the hands. We'll come to ragdoll. So you can take hands to the elbows, or maybe leave the hands to hang. And you're just releasing out the upper body here. So let the head be heavy, the shoulders, the hands. You can bend into the knees. So press down into the feet. And stay with the breath. Come back to those long, deep breaths. Just allowing all the blood to rush into the brain, into the head. And then let's slowly roll up through the spine. So gently coming up. Let's reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Let's come to the tops of our mats for our sun salutation. So let's inhale to rise. Exhale to fold forward. So you're hinging from the hips as you fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that length in the spine. Crown of the head is coming forward. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step it back. High to low plank. So knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. So gently lifting, finding that place where it feels enough for your lower back. Exhale, let's press it back, downward facing dog. So lifting up, lifting sit bones to the sky. Take a big deep breath in here. And with the exhale, looking forward, step or jump, feet between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Lift the toes as you rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it back. High to low. So knees, chest, chin, or come forward and down for your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in. With the exhale, looking forward, step or jump, feet between hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lift the toes. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it back. High to low. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in. With the exhale, looking forward, step or jump, feet between hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Lift the toes as you rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's take hands to the floor and we're going to step it back. Come back to our tabletop. So coming into your tabletop, wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're going to hug in the right knee. So hugging in the right knee. Let's take it out to the side, lift it up behind. So we're isolating the movement to that right hip joint. So start to make circles, pressing into the hands. So if you can keep the rest of the body straight. Still is what I meant, not straight, still. Arms are straight. So taking those circles, let's go in the opposite direction. So really getting into that right hip. And they might be fast circles, they might be really slow circles. Exploring what's going on in there. And then let's come back to center. We're going to take that right foot back so the toes reach back. And we're going to take it over to the left side. I'm going to move across slightly because I've not got space. We're going to move it across to the left side and just looking over your left shoulder to those toes. So a side stretch here. Let's then take the toes round. We're going to draw a big circle. So bring them back round to the front. And we're going to take the foot all the way up to that right hand. So take it to the little toe side edge of the right hand. So you're in your lunge. And let's have a rock forwards and back. So again, really focusing in on that right hip joint. Take some forward and back movements first. Just feeling into how that hip feels this morning. You might start to go in circles. And just notice if you're holding your breath. Come back to your breath. Long, deep breaths. And just making those movements as big or as small as you want to. So if you have quite open hips, you're quite flexible, you can start to go in really big circles. Maybe you straighten that front leg. If you really feel like you need to keep it small, then stay with that. Just be gentle, be kind to yourself here. You might roll through the foot, so rolling onto the tiptoes, the heel, the little toe side edge. Just giving yourself some space in that hip. So let's come back to center. We're going to take the foot back round, so sliding it back round, and we're going to take it behind the right leg, the right knee. So you're bringing it to the floor. We're just going to rock forwards and backwards. So knees are quite close, stacked on top of each other, but you're not sitting all the way back. You're just gently rocking forwards and backwards. Again, feeling into the hips. And then let's come back to center. We're going to turn the left knee out to the side and come into our side plank variation. So left foot comes out to the side. Going to take the right leg straight, lifting up. So you've got that left knee on the floor. So you're lifting up here. Let's reach that right arm forward. We're going to lift the back foot. So keep it down if it really feels like you need to be supporting this left knee. If it feels okay, lift it. So you're reaching right fingertips and toes away from each other. Engaging those core muscles. Let's bring elbow to knee on the exhale. Inhale to reach away. Exhale, elbow to knee. Keep lifting up. Reach away, inhale. One more time, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to reach. And then let's take it down. We'll come back to our tabletop. And let's lift back up to downward facing dog. So lifting back up, lifting sit bones, let the head be heavy. And just walking it out. So take any movements you want to. Maybe you turn heels side to side again. Stretching into the backs of the legs, let the head nod. And then let's bring the knees back down. We'll do the same the other side. So let's hug in that left knee. So hugging it in. Let's take it out to the side. Lift it behind. So start to draw those circles. So hugging in, out to the side, lift behind. Feeling into the left hip. And it might feel really different. So just noticing that, noticing what movements you need to take. Might be a much smaller circle. So staying with the breath. Let's change direction if you haven't already. And then let's slide the foot back. So come back to center, slide the foot back, toes come to the floor, and we're going to take the foot over to the right side. So just looking over your right shoulder, side stretch here, looking at those left toes. And then let's slide it all the way around. So take a big circle, the toes can stay on the floor. Come all the way around. I've not got space. Take it up to the side, to the outside of that left hand. So coming into your lunge, start to rock forwards and backwards. Just feeling into this left side. Again, noticing if it feels really different to the other side. And just going with it. So just noticing it so that you can maybe take different movements, smaller movements, bigger movements. Just exploring, creating space in that hip. You might roll through the foot. You might straighten that front leg. So just seeing if you can move it in every different direction it can go in. You can always lift that back knee if you want to. If it feels like a lot of pressure on that back knee, you can always tuck the toes and lift it just slightly off. So stay with the breath. Keep those movements going. And then let's come back to center. And let's take the foot back round. So sliding it back round. We're going to take it behind that right leg and bring the knee in behind that right knee. Let's have a rock forwards and backwards. And it might be that you bring the sit bones all the way down, but don't feel like you have to. So you're just feeling into that stretch. Breathing into it. Let's come back to center. This time we're going to take the right foot out to the side and the left leg straightens. So you're coming into your side plank variation. So lifting that left hand when you're ready. And you might really press down into that left foot just to take the pressure out of this right knee. Or if it feels okay on the knee, lift the foot. So let's reach that left arm forward. So you're reaching fingertips and toes away from each other. Big deep breaths here. And with the exhale, bring elbow to knee. Inhale to reach away. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to reach. One more time, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach away. Let's release it down, come back to center. And we'll just take a cat-cow here to reset the spine. So lifting head and sit bones. Exhale, curling the spine around. Let the head be heavy. And then let's tuck the toes, lift the knees, take it back to your down dog. So feel free to take a child's pose if you need to here. Let's walk out the legs. Big deep breaths. So if you want to, you can release the breath out through the mouth. Let it go. Let the head be heavy. And then let's bring feet together. We're going to lift the right leg to the sky. So spread the toes. Press through the ball of the foot. You can always bring that left knee down here if you want to. Do it on hands and knees. With the exhale, bring knee to nose. So we're lifting the knee as high as you can, lifting the rib cage, so rounding through the spine, press into the hands. Let's inhale to lift up. Exhale, back to knee to nose. So tuck chin into chest, lifting, doming through the upper back. Keep it lifted, engaging those core muscles. Lifting back to the sky, inhale. One more time, bring it forward, knee to nose. Gonna lift it here. And then let's step the foot through. So see if you can hover the foot just off the floor as you step it through. You might bring it to the floor and give it a little help. Let's come up to our high lunge. So press down into the feet. Let's take them slightly wider. We'll lift up. Option here to bring that back knee down. So reaching up to the sky. Let's cactus the arms. Let's take a big inhale, opening through the chest. And then exhale to bring left elbow to right knee. So you're just gently twisting over to that right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, elbow to knee. So same side. Inhale, center. Let's do one more. Exhale, elbow to knee. Let's lift back to center. And we're going to hop it forward. So hopping forward, you can do it in one big hop if you want to here. Take a couple of hops and we'll take it into aeroplane. So you can take a bend into that right knee. Let's reach the arms back. That foot reaches back. Crown of the head is reaching forward. So you can always bring the fingertips down here if you want to. Maybe you can take the arms forward. If you feel like you want an extra challenge, come to warrior 3. Big deep breaths here. Releasing down whenever you need to, or option to take it to your half moon. So we're going to take the right hand down, so fingertips come down to the outside edge of the foot, so the little toe side edge, and then turning the foot forward. So you're stacking the hip, lift that left arm up. So feel free to take the leg down, have a little shake if you need to before you come into it. So you're lifting that back leg as high as you can. Find a focus point, give yourself something to focus on here. And then let's release it down. Bring both feet together. We'll inhale to rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let's step it back to our downward facing dog. Take any movements you want to here. And we'll take it over to the other side. So bringing feet together. Let's lift the left leg to the sky. Spread the toes, press through the ball of the foot. And then exhale, knee to nose. So really doming through the upper back. Allow that knee to come as high as you can make it. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, knee to nose. Feel those core muscles engaged. Bring chin to chest. Inhale to lift. One more time, coming forward, knee to nose, up on the tiptoes of the right foot. And then stepping it between the hands. So maybe the foot comes down, maybe you can hover the toes to step through. Let's take the feet slightly wider and we'll lift up to our lunge. So always the option to bring that back knee down here if you need to. So take a couple of deep breaths here. And then let's cactus the arms. We're going to open the chest on the inhale. Exhale, right elbow, left knee. So you're twisting over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to twist. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale to twist. Let's lift back to center. And let's hop forward. So coming to our aeroplane. So you might want to take the feet down, give the legs a shake. My legs are gone. Let's lift into aeroplane. So stay with it, press down into that left foot. So you're pressing the right foot away, engaging those muscles. Maybe you take the arms forward. So releasing down whenever you need to here. Let's take it into our half moon. So we're going to take that left hand down. You can bend that left knee to bring the fingertips down. So bring it to the outside edge of the left foot, lifting when you're ready. The foot turns to face forward, so the hips stack. You're lifting up. Keep that back leg engaged. So stay with the breath. Maybe find yourself a focus point. Keep breathing. And then let's release it down. Bring the feet together. Let's rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's inhale, rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, length through the spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let's step it back to our downward facing dog. Take any movements you want to here. Maybe you come to a child's pose, take a couple of breaths. And then let's come up onto the tiptoes. We're going to roll forward. So rolling, rounding through the upper back. And then bring the knees down, chest and chin, coming all the way down to the floor. And let's take the fingertips out to the side. So we're going to lift the elbows up to the sky. So the elbows are making a right angle. So fingertips press down, thumbs towards you. We're going to press the tops of the feet into the floor and gently lift up. So tuck the tailbone slightly just to give yourself a tiny bit more space. And then lifting, just coming up as high as feels comfortable for your lower back. So gently lifting. Let the shoulders roll back and down. And then with your exhale, let's gently drop the right shoulder forward. So it might be a very small movement. It might be much bigger for some of you. So just looking over the left shoulder. That right shoulder is just slightly coming forward. Let's come back to center, inhale. Exhale, left shoulder drops. And it might feel different on either side as well. So just noticing that. Inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder drops. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder. Let's come back to center. Let's release down. So take the hands back under the shoulders and we'll take it back to downward facing dog. So either come through your child's pose or you can lift through a high plank if you want to here. Taking it back. Take any movements you want to. Big deep breaths. Let the head be heavy. And then with your next exhale, let's step the right foot forward. We'll take it into warrior two. So that back foot comes parallel to the back of the mat, reaching fingertips away from each other. And let's inhale to rise up. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Let's straighten the front leg again. We'll turn in those right toes. So take hands to the hips. We're going to lengthen through the spine, inhale. Exhale to fold forward. So bending the knees as much as you need to. You might turn the toes in and the heels out slightly to give you space in your lower back. Just gently coming down. So you can take hands to the floor. Let the head hang. So let the head be heavy. You might feel like you want to take the feet wider. So feel free to do that or bring them closer if it feels too much. So just noticing that, becoming aware, taking it to wherever feels best in your body. And take a couple of deep breaths. So really let the head be heavy, let the head hang. Option to walk the fingertips through the legs, taking you slightly deeper. And then let's gently roll up through the spine. So rolling up, you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Let's reach the arms up to the sky. And then we'll turn the left toes out, take it into your warrior two, back to your warrior two. So on the left side this time. So that right foot's parallel to the back of the mat, bending into the left knee. Let's inhale to lift up. Exhale to take it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it down. Really press down into the feet. Engage those muscles in the legs. One more time, lift up. Exhale, take it down. Let's lift one more time, straighten that front leg. And we're going to turn the toes out this time. So toes turn out, heels come in. We're going to bend the knees, so come into your squat. So find that place where the knees stack over the ankles. So you might bring the feet closer, might come further apart. Let's take hands to the tops of the thighs. Straighten the arms. And we'll come back to those shoulder drops. So with the exhale, gently bringing the right shoulder forward. You're looking over the left shoulder. So breathing into that. Stay with the breath here. Let's inhale back to center. Exhale, left shoulder drops. So really gently feeling into that. Come back to center. If you want to, you can start to move faster. Maybe that you stay with really slow movements. Just really feeling into it. You don't want to overdo this movement, so really stay focused on those sensations. Let's come back to center. One more on each side. Exhale, right shoulder forward. Back to center. Exhale, left shoulder forward. Let's come back to center. Let's straighten the legs. And let's bring feet together. Give the legs a shake. Shake them out. So let's come back to the tops of our mats and let's inhale to rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Let's step it back and come back to our tabletop again. So coming into your tabletop, we're going to take the forearms down. So taking the palms to the mat, the fingers are spread, and just bringing your elbows directly under your shoulders. So from here, we're going to press down into the hands, press into the elbows, round through the upper back. So as if you were coming into your, like in cat-cow, when we lift up, let the head be heavy, rounding through the back. So coming into your cat, really press down, so doming that part of the upper back. So from here, going to tuck the toes, keep that doming in the upper back, start to lift the knees. And it might be that you just start to play with lifting the knees off. You might take it up as if you're coming to a down dog with forearms down. So keep pressing down into the elbows. Keep that rounding sensation in the upper back. You might start to walk your toes towards your elbows. So it might just be a millimetre. It might be that you're lifting the feet on and off, maybe coming forward. An option here to lift a leg if you want to. So if you feel like you want to have a play, if it already feels really strong, stay with it, stay with the breath. Release down whenever you need to into a child's pose. So if you've lifted one leg, let the other leg lift. Keep that rounding sensation in the upper back. Let's take one more big deep breath here. And then slowly bring it down. Let's take it into our child's pose. So let the forehead come down, bring the hands underneath the forehead. Take a couple of big deep breaths. And then let's come back to it. So this time we're going to interlace the fingers. So make fists with your hands, a fist. Is it called a fist when it's both hands? I don't know. So pressing that little finger edge into the mat. Again, you want to bring your shoulders directly over your elbows. So again, doming through the upper back. So let the head be heavy. Press down into the elbows, into this, the little finger edge of the hands. Feel that rounding sensation in the back before you lift. So press into the feet, toes are tucked, you're lifting up. So again, option to play with lifting the knees. If that feels strong enough, stay with that. Maybe you lift to your version of down dog, forearms down. So this is dolphin, we're coming into dolphin. So walking the feet forward. If that feels like an option, keep that rounding sensation in the upper back. Maybe again, you play with lifting the legs. So maybe right leg lifts, left leg. So keep breathing, make sure you stay with that breath. Pressing elbows down. And then option here to bring the weight forward, so chin comes towards the thumbs. So moving gently forwards and backwards. You might bring the knees down here to do this. You'll still be building strength in the shoulders and the upper arms. Just gently coming forwards and backwards. Keep pressing down into the elbows. And then let's gently release. Take it back into our child's pose. So either keeping the hands forward, make a pillow with the hands. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then let's come back up to our downward facing dog. And we're going to tiptoe the feet towards the hands, cross at the ankles. And then let's roll down. So bring feet to the floor. We're going to gently roll down. Coming all the way down onto your back. Let's hug the knees in and have a rock from side to side. So let's take the feet back to the floor. So bring feet hip distance. We're going to take the right ankle to the left thigh. So coming into our reclined pigeon. So see how that feels on this right hip. You can stay here. You flex the foot just to engage the shin muscles to support your knee. If you want to take that stretch deeper, you can take hold of the back of the thigh. So interlace the fingers around that left thigh. And then you've got control of how close you bring that foot in towards you. And if you're really flexible in that right hip, you might take hold of the shin. So interlace the fingers around that shin. So see how it feels. You might use the right elbow on the right knee just to push it away gently. Staying with your breath here. You might straighten that left leg. So see how it feels. Sometimes I feel like it releases it a bit when you straighten the leg, and that might feel good. You might want to stay with that stronger stretch. So come back to those slow, deep breaths. Feel free to move as much as you want to. You might have a gentle rock side to side. You might bring that leg closer. Let it come further away. And then let's release the hands, release the foot back down. We'll bring that right foot down and take it over to the other side. So the left ankle bone to the right thigh. And just feel into it here. You might want a different variation on this side. So feel into that, flex the foot. So staying here, or take hold of the back of that right thigh. So interlacing the fingers. And then just playing with bringing it closer, maybe taking it further away. Might be that you release the fingers, keep hold of the thigh. Just feeling into it. Breathing into it. Try not to force anything here, just being gentle. Again, the option to take hold of the thigh, the shin, interlace the fingers around the shin, maybe straighten the leg. And then coming back to the breath. Those slow breaths. Take one more breath here. So you might bring the foot slightly closer. You might feel like you need to release. Let's bring both feet back to the floor. And just gently let the knees rock side to side. And then let's hug them in, give them a squeeze. And let's take some gentle back bends here. So bringing feet back to the floor, bring them hip distance, and just check in, you can touch your heels with your fingertips. And then we're going to lift the hips as we lift the arms up. So really press down into the feet, lifting the arms up and over. You might lift the toes as well, just to support the knees. Let the tailbone tuck under. Exhale to gently release down. So feeling your spine rolling back down onto the floor, like your lower back come to the floor. Let's do that twice more. So pressing into the feet, lift the hips. Take the arms up and over. Exhale, slowly rolling down. Keep the tailbone tucked as you roll down. One more time, press into the feet, lift the hips, feel the thighs engage. Tucking the tailbone, slowly rolling back down. All the way back to your mat. Let the knees rock again, side to side. And then let's hug the knees in, have a rock. And let's take our inversion. So if you're practicing headstand and you'd like to come into that, feel free to come to your headstand. If not, let's take hands under the hips and we'll bring the feet up. So bringing feet up to the sky. And you can stay here if you want to in this variation. Maybe if you've got a wall, you can bring your feet up the wall just to give you a bit more support, allow you to relax. If you want to come to shoulder stand, press the hands into the floor, take the toes over the head, and then take hands to the lower back once the hips lift. So you're walking your elbows in before you lift the feet up. So make sure your elbows are directly under your hips to support you here. And then when you're ready to, lifting the toes up to the sky. You might decide you want to walk your hands up towards your shoulders. So really focus on your neck. Don't force it too much here. Make sure the weight's still going into your elbows, into the upper arms, rather than into your neck. And take any leg variations you want to here. So it might be bending the knees, you might move the hips from side to side, you might cycle, take a straddle, splits, anything goes here. You might be circling the ankles, feeling into the ankle joints. So stay with your breath, keep breathing, just noticing if you do hold your breath in this pose. Just gently come back into it. Slow, deep breaths. And then let's take the toes back over the head. So just bringing them as far as feels good for your neck. And either keeping the hips supported to come down, or take the hands to the floor. You're going to gently roll down. So if you're up for working the core, keep the legs straight. If you really feel like, no, I'm done with that, you can bend your knees. Slowly let your legs come down to the floor. And let's come into a fish pose. So we're going to take the hands under the hips again and just gently start to rock from side to side so you can bring the elbows and shoulder blades in towards each other. So we're going to tuck chin into chest and gently lift the chest up so the hips stay down, pressing the hands into the floor. Keep the chest lifted so that all the weight is in the elbows and the hands, and then you can take your head back and just let the crown of your head just lightly touch the floor, so the weight's not in your head, you're just letting it gently touch the floor, opening through the throat. Take a big deep breath here, releasing out whenever you need to. Let's release the head, release the hands out from underneath and give the knees a hug. So give them a squeeze. Have a rock side to side. And let's take a happy baby before our Shavasana. So taking hold of the outsides of the feet, the little toe side edge. So arms come inside the knees, hands to the outside of the feet. And we're just gently pulling the feet towards us, pushing the feet to the sky. So you're engaging those muscles to support the joints. So you're supporting the hips, the knees, the ankles, keeping those muscles engaged. You can have a rock side to side. Maybe have a play with straightening one leg than the other. Maybe both. But go careful, stay with the breath. And then let's release down, releasing into your Shavasana. So let your legs come wide as your mat. Let your ankles relax, so let your feet flop out to the sides and your arms come out beside you. So if it feels uncomfortable for your lower back, there's always the option to bring feet to the floor, take them as wide as your mat, and then bring the knees towards each other. Or you can always roll onto your side. So just finding that place where you can take a moment, you can be still, you can allow your body to completely relax. Let's take one more big deep breath. So really fill up, allow the body to fill. And then releasing out, exhale, allow the body to sink into the ground. So just allow yourself to be supported here. Let your body be heavy. Let your muscles relax. Allow your eyes to close. So come back to a natural breath. And allow the forehead to completely relax. So let those muscles relax in the forehead, in your face. Feel your scalp relax. And relax your jaw. Let your tongue in your mouth relax. Feel your throat relax and the back of your neck. Bringing your focus to your shoulders, your upper back. Allow them to completely relax. Relax upper arms, elbows, forearms and wrists. And allow your hands to relax, your fingers, thumbs, palms and the backs of your hands. Allow your rib cage to relax, your abdomen, your lower back, and the whole of your pelvis. Relax your thighs, the backs of your thighs, your knees and the backs of your knees, shins and calves. Feel your ankles relax. And allow your feet to completely relax, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, and all of your toes. Feel your whole body relax. Now start to gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Let your head move from side to side. And then when you're ready to, hug your knees in, roll onto your favourite side. And when you're ready to, come up to a comfortable seated position. Hands to prayer at heart centre, eyes closed. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Taking thumb knuckles to forehead centre. Namaste.